Thank you and welcome into this video. I would like to walk you through how you can file for the value added tax, which is abbreviated as VAT in Kenya. VAT is basically a consumable tax which is usually applied to various consumable products in Kenya at a standard rate of 16%. It is required by law. You remit or you file return for VAT of the previous month in the subsequent month which is coming before all on 20th of that month. So in order to make this clear to you, I would like to take a practical scenario. You can notice like right now, we are in the month of July. So because we are in the month of July, the VAT returns for the month of June must be remitted to the Revenue Authority on 20th of July or before we get to the 20th of July. Failure to do so, it will attract some fines, which is not good for the business. And also, it can lead you to triggering KRA to audit you. And you know this is not always favorable to the customer or to you as the taxpayer. So with no much ado, let us get started on what you're supposed to do. Basically, you need, in order to file your VAT return, you need to get into the iTax portal. This has been made so easy by the introduction of e-teams by the Revenue Authority, since a lot of data which you'll be dealing with is already auto-populated. But even if this data is auto-populated, kindly confirm the data which is auto-populated and the one which you have maintained in your books. With no much ado, let us get started. What you're supposed to do, just enter your KRA PIN here, either your individual PIN or the PIN of the company, and then click continue. Then you need to do a simple mathematical computation here and also confirm the password. Then get the value here, which I'm getting the value here, and then I need to log in. When you log in, you should be taken into this interface. When you are taken into this interface, you notice that you are now in the home tab. You need to come to where we have returns, then come to where we have file returns. When you come to where we have file returns, what you're supposed to do, just choose the tax obligation. The tax obligation is the value added tax. Click and then click next. When you click next, you notice basically you'll be taken to this section. Previously, you could use the manual Excel, which is not pre-populated with any data. But in this scenario, to avoid wasting a lot of time and being prone to a lot of error, you have noticed that we are moving to full e-teams method, where every invoice and receipt must be fiscalized via e-teams, or there is real-time fiscalization of data with the Revenue Authority. So I'll download these auto-populated VAT returns. Just simple. This is the same way we were doing for the income tax. Very simple, but I will explain the concept so that it sinks. But what I'm trying to explain, even if you'll be using the data which is already auto-populated for us, we need to ensure that this data correlates with the ones in our book. So our work will be like auditing, checking if what we have in this document, is it the right thing which I have in my books, or is there any omission which have occurred. So this file has downloaded. So what do we need to do? Basically from here, we need to get to our file explorer here under downloads. When you get into our downloads, what are we supposed to do? You can notice we have our zip file here, but what we need to do, let me delete this one so that it doesn't confuse us. Let me delete it. Allow me to delete this one, which I had extracted to avoid confusion. So just come here above this document. What we need to do, don't open it first. Don't make that mistake. And the reason why I usually say that is because of something we call macros. Macros blocks you when you try to open these documents in Excel. So what do I recommend in this? Just do the same thing we do for income tax. Click above this document, come to where we have properties, click unblock, click apply, and then click OK. From there now, you can go ahead and confidently extract the content of this document. So how do we extract? Just click above that document and click extract all. Then come here and choose extract all. And when you do that, basically, you notice now here we have two extraction. One of the comma saved values and the other one for VAT return. So for these comma saved values, this is where Now our auto-populated VAT values for the standard rating, the zero rated for the purchases for, so to make it simple for the output side, which is the sales side, and for the input side, but I'll make this as understandable as possible. So you can notice we are having two sheets which have, or documents which have been extracted here. So first we shall open this Excel document. So just click above it to choose to open it with Excel, since when you open it with WPS, you'll be running into problems. So just come here, open with Excel. So let us give our Excel time to open. It will just take a minute or just 2 minutes maximum, and we shall be able to get these documents. So you can see these macros has been disabled. In case you don't disable them, you can spend like multiple days doing this, and you saying that the document is not opening and calling the revenue authority. So when you open this document, which is VAT monthly return version 15.011, you notice that we have the basic information here. And at the basic information, we have the personal identification number of the VAT payer. We have the type of return, in our case is original. We have the entity type is the head office. You can be operating with a hierarchical structured company where we have the head office, the subsidiary, the sub-subsidiary. So that is the scenario. The return month is from 1st January, from 1st June 2026 to 30th June, because we are filing for the month of June, which is getting due on 20th of the subsequent month, which is July. So we come to 30th June 2026, correct? From there, you are being asked, are you an non-resident with no fixed place or business in Kenya? In our scenario, no. In case your scenario to apply, you just say yes. So now let us get to the section B. Under section B, it deals with the general latest sales. So this general latest sale, this is our output side, because as you know, VAT is equals to output minus input VAT, so that we can get in case you have VAT payable or refundable. So under the general latest sales, these are sales subject to the VAT at a rate of 16%. Under the other latest sales, these are sales which are not subject to the standard VAT of 16%, but there is some special treatment which is usually done by the ministry or the government or the National Assembly, like now which is occurring for the petrol. Now petrol is for the other latest sales. You can notice that now petrol is being treated at a VAT rate of 8%. From there, we can go to the zero rated sales. So these are sales which are zero rated. So to mean that a product is zero rated, it means you cannot be able to claim for input VAT for this product. So an exempt for zero rated product, you can be able to claim for input VAT. For exempt product, you cannot be able to claim for input VAT, and that's why it is usually dangerous. So when a product is moved from zero rated to exempt. So we continue and we get to where we have now our input area. So our input is the purchases and expenses which we incur. So under the purchase area, we have the general rated purchases. What do we mean by these? These are purchases which are subject to the standard VAT of 16%. When we come to other purchases, now this one will be dealing with even to the purchase of the petrol, which I'm giving the current illustration of what is happening. You can notice it is subject to VAT. It cannot be said to be zero rated or exempt, but is given some special treatment like petrol. So that this is where we have other rated purchases like petrol, which is being subject now to VAT at a rate of 8%. So under the zero rated purchases, these are purchases which are made where you can be able to claim input VAT. When you see zero rated, no, you can be able to claim input VAT for these. Under exempt, no, you are not allowed to claim input VAT for these. That is like an example of exempt is your salary. So your salary is exempt from VAT. So you cannot be able to claim an input VAT for this. Just understand it in layman's language as that. I'm trying to put it in layman's language. So when we get to the VAT of the imported services, VAT of a lot of imported services is subject to the standard VAT rate of 16%. So we can go to the VAT payment credit. So this is a tax credit which is given for payment of VAT. We can have the withholding tax credit. This is an advance tax which has already been paid. We have the sale purchases, which is here, and at the end of the day, we get our VAT due or the VAT refundable. So because I explained a concept here, when we downloaded these document here, you notice when we did the extraction, we had two documents. This one was containing all the vatable products which we have, and various methods which they were vatted, in case they were zero rated, in case they were standard rated, or in case they were exempt or subject to some special treatment. So what I usually recommend, previously you were doing this manually. You could come here and put all the sales here, put them manually, but now iTax is doing it for you due to the introduction of items and the return fiscalization of data with the Revenue Authority. So what do I recommend? So what we will do, we shall be importing this CSV document here, and these are the documents which are here in the two sheet which we extracted. So what I recommend for ease of access, you can come here and control copy to copy, and control all, and then control copy to copy all these documents under the download, because I want ease of access, because I don't need a lot of problem when accessing this document, so that they can come here and we now put them in Excel sheet very easily. Just an import scenario which is here. So when you get to the Excel, we shall start by the first area. We said under sheet A, we have the basic information. Under sheet B, we have the general rated sale. So the general rated sales in layman's language, what are these? These are sales which are subject to the standard rate of VAT at 16%. So what do I mean by this? So you need to import this section A, which is here. Section B, which is here. So this is section B with VAT pin. So these are the one with the vatable pin. So this is the only one which we need. This one we don't require it because it's for non-VAT, but we can upload it to for formality purposes. But let us get started. So we need to import this to Excel. So how do we do that? So instead of putting it, so we shall import it, but you need to confirm what is already auto-populated by iTax and what is in your book, they correlate. So do that. So come here and import this data. So you just come under the download. That's why I wanted to put them here. Then I'll just come and take the section B, and boom, the details are already populated. So you can come here and check the total amount which is here, which you are given here, which is 196,346. Also, you can notice you can add this for the individual with no PIN or which were non-VAT. You can come here for just formality purposes and input it here. And boom, is already populated, though it is not having an effect here. Then from there, you get back to the sheet. The sheet will guide you on what was captured by the taxman. We are taken to now to section F. Under section F is where we have, you can notice in sale in Kenya, you notice a lot of consumable product, they are subject to the standard rate of 16%. That's why it is driving us direct to section F. When you follow this, you'll never get wrong. To section F is where now we have the general rated purchases details. So you just need to come to where we have import. And when you come to where we have import, come to section F, select it, and you notice the data will be populated of our suppliers. So under the sales, we are dealing with the customers. That's why I need to explain this because I don't want to lose you. That's why it is being named as purchasers. They are people who are purchasing product from us. Now, under sheet F, now we have our vendors who are the purchases which we made. So in case we are doing this using the pre-populated, kindly, you already have your books with you. Confirm if the amount which is being populated here is the correct amount. Also confirm if there are missing receipts and invoices. Don't forget to do that, because you cannot rely on the auto-populated data. It's accurate. I can give it an efficiency level of 90%, but there is a margin of error of 10% which you need to confirm. I'll show you where it will come and where it will start hurting us, so that you notice there can be some information gap or some information asymmetry between what you have and what iTax have. So we shall continue and be guided again. So we shall get back to our download. And you notice we are taken now to section G. At the section G, what you notice is we have other rated purchases. Other rated purchases. You just import, nothing to worry about here. You just import here and boom, the data is populated. What I'm trying to explain, even if we are getting this data very easily populated for us, you need to go ahead again and confirm with your books to ensure everything has been populated correctly. So we get back again to our download and be guided again. We need to go directly to section H. So at the section H, which is here, you also need to do an import scenario here and come and import the relevant data here, and the data is populated. I'm saying again, this data is already populated because there was real-time fiscalization of data with the Revenue Authority. But I'm not forgetting. But remember to confirm your invoices and your receipts. Check the amount, counter check the nitty-gritties there, the PIN of the supplier, and so on and so forth, if the actual number has been inputted. And when you notice there is something which has been omitted, just add a row and add it manually. So let us continue to the last area, because now we are getting to the last area where we are importing section I. Section I, the import scenario for section I is for exempt purchases. So as I explained, for the exempt purchases is that you cannot be able to claim input VAT for this. So just create an import scenario here. I'll come here and take this and boom, it's uploaded for us. Nothing to worry, it's just straightforward, nothing to worry. Then after doing that, that is when I'm saying come and confirm if all these were the invoices which you received. Confirm, check them, check the total, what you have in your books, confirm is the accurate one which is here, confirm their name, the name of purchaser, the customers, and so on and so forth. In case you need to add a new invoice, just add a row. Simple and direct. Don't do it manually, because it is so tiresome and you are prone to make a lot of errors. Then check everything, check the basic information is correct, check everything. And after that, in case you have identified you have done everything correctly and you don't have any withholding tax credit, come to the VAT and check the due amount. So I got how do I call it? We got a tax due or a VAT payable of 6088.51. But because I'm not thorough in doing my book, so this is not the actual figure, but I'm doing it for demo purposes so that you don't get stuck this month or in the subsequent month. So you go ahead and validate, and now I'll show you where the error will come from. So let us validate. You can notice error in the sheet because the first error is occurring. Let me show you how we usually interpret these errors. So we are being told this error occurred in the section named B, which is sales and output tax on sale. Okay, so the name of purchaser is mandatory. So what does this tell us? There is where the iTax, the data which is it auto captured, is missing the name of the purchaser. As you can see, purchaser's name missing here. So because I'm doing it for demo purposes, I'll just come here and fix the error. So you just need to go back to the book and confirm this name of this purchaser. So I just come here because I'm just doing it for demo purposes. So in case you want to copy in this Excel, just copy from the formula area. Then come here and populate the name of the purchaser here. So I'm just repeating, this is not the correct thing which I'm doing because I don't want to get back into my book. I want to fill the name of the purchaser, though it's a hypothetical name here. Then after you are done with that, you need to come here and fix the second error. The second error from the error area is the relevant invoice date and discrepancy again. That's why I say the data is auto-populated, but you cannot avoid discrepancy. This is system. Discrepancy is a must. Is a must to occur. So you can notice there is a discrepancy of date here, because you can notice this date, the invoice date here, it was on 13th of June 2026, but here we are getting 11th. So we just need to get it back to 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13. Here, we put it here, and we have solved those error. So in case you have even two missing invoice, add them. This is system which is prone to error before KRA upgrade their system and be able to capture every data which is we are transacting with, and then we need to validate. So I'm getting an error somewhere. So there is a purchaser name missing somewhere. So you just come here and copy this name here so that we fix this error. I hate these errors. I hate these errors. So you need to confirm everything, but when you get this error, get back to your book, confirm the actual name. I'm doing this because I'm doing it for demo purposes. That is the reason why I'm taking hypothetical values. But when it comes to practical sense of it, please don't use hypothetical name of the suppliers. I'm doing it because this is just a demo on what you are expected to do in this scenario. So that's why I am allowed for this time to use hypothesis. But in your case, because you'll be doing and in money, dealing with money, there is no hypothesis. So you can notice the sheet are ready to download. Just say yes. Simple, 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 and direct to the point. Nothing to worry. Life is now simple because you are getting to items. So items is good and sometimes sad because I don't think you need a lot of accountants to be doing this. You can be doing it yourself. So it's just a good idea. So then you can come and choose the file which we have done now. Here, just come choose it. Then select drill downward. You can agree and go ahead and submit in case you're good with what you have done. So nothing else to do. That is how we are doing VAT in 2026 going forward. No other stories. So in case you get this video helpful, kindly don't forget to give the video a thumb up. In case you have any query regarding VAT, income tax, withholding tax, e-teams, anything to deal with tax, kindly reach me using the contact in the description. Also, you can reach me using my email, and I will promise I'll be able to answer it promptly. So thank you for watching and have a nice day ahead.